Hello, YouTube Nation! Welcome back for a toy review.
Yeah.
We went hunting. We didn't record it, going out hunting, but we did some phone calling. We've got 2 targets in our area. We've probably visited those 62 times in the last 48 hours. Just because these things are starting to hit the stores.
Well, technically they're not.
Well, technically they are. Now, Bebop Rocksteady we've already got. Leatherhead and Slash are coming soon. April and the other Foot Soldier. I have seen pictures of them coming, and one that's not listed is the Metalhead Solo that's coming out. He is in a box by himself. I've seen a whole lot of Metalheads. I've seen a whole lot of this guy. Very little April or Leatherhead. So what we're going to do is we're going to dive these out because it's what we do. And we're going to look at it. And I will say a lot of people that I've talked to on Facebook groups and whatnot, the boxes are very beat up when they get them. This one is very much following suit into that. I don't care because I'm going to probably pitch it anyway.
We're openers.
We are openers. I will say that the box was not open, or it was open, but nothing's out of the box, as you can see here. It's kind of still taped, and everything is groovy with it. Casey Jones is kind of getting a big craze right now because NECA has released this version, which is the cartoon accurate version.
Right.
Then, if you remember Casey Jones in the live-action movie, so they've got a Casey Jones that looks like the movie figure plus Raph in a trench coat, like I was walking around.
Yeah.
I'm not much into the movie stuff. I have, in all of the releases of stuff that's coming out, what hits me in my belly is the nostalgia for the cartoons. So, like Transformers Masterpieces, when they first came out, loved them. We bought some of them.
We did.
It took me 7 days to transform one of them, which I'm not a big fan of. But when they look that good, you've got to have some detail to them. But then they came out with the animated correct versions.
Right.
I'm out on Masterpieces. I will be in on cartoons if they keep pumping them out. Same for the He-Man that you've seen us open and talk about those. Those are kind of the old school stuff. So these are very cartoon accurate. If you want to talk about Fort Knox, which we kind of live close to, this puppy is a Fort Knox. So,
not coming out.
We are going to skip or fast forward this part of me taking my handy dandy wire pliers and cutting these. So you all don't need to stick around. So you're either going to get this fast forwarded or Miss Rebecca is going to just skip it all together. Now we're ready. So I brought over Raph. And I brought over a regular Foot Soldier so we can compare the two. Which one do you want to look at first?
The Foot Soldier.
All right, so regular Foot Soldier. It's kind of a little humpback, but looks exactly like it did in the cartoon. Okay, stand him up there. Now, if you look at this one, and this is kind of a toy. This makes me a nervous absolute wreck. So on this, it's slashed. And if you can tell right there, there's nothing holding it. The only thing that's holding this is
that red thing.
Yeah, because I'm going to boop.
Don't bend it.
See how it's kind of seeing? The red thing is the only thing
that's holding it together.
Holding that Foot Soldier up. So if we bring him back a little bit, stand, you goof nut. Okay, you stand him up there. I mean, they are, let's see, this kind of, nope, I need like a white thing. That's okay. I mean, they're the same height. So, to kind of show. This one, with its being slot open there, is a little bit taller than this one.
He's standing up straight.
He is standing straight. They still have the hump. If you can compare them this way, they still have the hump. They actually have different hands for this one. If you'll look, that's a fist, open fist. So that's kind of cool. I'd have to look at the other one to see if that's the case. Now, I will say that both have a light purple, and I don't know if this camera will pick it up, and then a darker purple, if you can kind of pick that up. This one, the front's lighter, the back is darker. Can you kind of tell?
Yeah.
Or am I blind as a bat?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Now, the cool thing about these NECA turtles is the playability. These are not meant to be given to kids and to be kicked around and played. These are absolute adult collecting toys, and you can take... Are you looking at his junk?
Yeah, I was looking up his skirt.
Try to keep a PG-rated show here, and then you're going and looking up a robot's cockadoo.
He has a skirt on. I was just seeing what's underneath.
Well, he's a
it.
robot. He doesn't have junk.
Well, that's fine. I was just looking what's underneath his skirt.
I don't know where to go after this. Don't touch them. They feel violated. All right, so that's the foot soldiers. Foot soldiers do come with this gun. I'm not going to take it out. So it's got this gun, and I'm just going to kind of show it to you because I don't want to take time of getting them out. Does have the hands. Okay. Same gun. That's just from the other one. Got the comm, and if you can see, it has Rocksteady on it.
Ooh, that's neat.
Has another blaster. And some Chinese stars. I do like the fact that they tried to make one like the old turtle, that tannish color. I think that's cool. And then there's a silver one. Now, I can promise you one thing. Coming up with Casey, we are going to take the stuff out because he has a golf bag filled with stuff.
Yeah.
But foot soldier stuff, kind of the same. Okay, so now we come to Casey Jones. Casey Jones looks a whole lot like the cartoon. Pretty cool. So, do you remember Casey Jones in the cartoon?
Yeah.
Does that kind of look like him to you?
Yeah, it looks just like him.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to get Raph to try to stand up at a full stand here. That's a good comparison because the turtles are little, and Casey's about a head to shoulder and a head taller, which is perfect.
Yeah.
Get out of here. So, we're going to also fast forward this to get to the accessories. All right. Again, I'm not much of a hand person. Casey's got 2 fists, which are cool because I'm going to display him with the stuff in his bag. But he does have hands that will grasp the stuff. Actually, I lied. Those are the foot soldier's hands. Here's more hands with Casey because he has the gloves on. All right, so we've got first, this is going to be an interesting, fun topic. This is his golf bag, okay? So the golf bag, going to just kind of go over his shoulder like so, right, Miss Rebecca?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is the easiest one. What is that?
A sledgehammer.
I can have an airplane. All right. So, a sledgehammer. This should be an easy one.
A baseball bat.
A baseball bat. Good detail with the tape on it. I think that's cool. I think that the baseball bat is going to have to go that way because he's going to reach
Grab
in.
it and
What's this?
a hockey stick.
I do think
A
it's
goalie stick.
It is a goalie stick. I have heard somebody say that this is a cricket stick.
No, cricket stick's like a
Yeah.
smaller bat.
I can promise you with a hockey mask, I'm going goalie stick. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So that goes in. And if you will notice, they're very flat, which the cool thing is that they were rounded and bulky. You wouldn't get them all in here. So that's really what I'm concerned about. What's this?
A bludger.
From Harry Potter?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but let's see. I don't really know what this is, to be honest.
A metal pipe.
I'm going to say a metal pipe. You can leave a comment and tell me what it really is, but I'm going to go a metal pipe.
I'm going to call it a bludger.
Or a bludger. And then what's this?
A regular hockey stick.
I would say that's either a regular hockey stick or, because we're talking about animated, that looks like a whole lot of
Like a golf club.
Like a golf club.
I bet it's a golf putter. Like a golf club.
That's what I would bet, but it also could be a hockey. I
bet they're supposed to be.
I would kind of go with that. So the cool thing is,
that's neat.
it falls,
Oops.
and I'm sure there's a better way. Now, if you look at the bag, it's clipped in just right there and right there. That is what I like to call very gingerly on the thing. So if you give a good yank to that figure, it's going to go. Now, that's awesome. It stands up with all the accessories in his hand. I think that is amazing.
I have a question.
What?
On the cartoon, did he ever take his mask off?
In the cartoon?
Yeah.
That is a good question.
Because I wish his mask came off. If it came off in the show, it doesn't come off.
I honestly don't know. Turtles came around right about a time of, like, I got into baseball.
Yeah.
And I'm a Cubs fan.
Yeah.
And the Cubs didn't have lights back in this time. So they couldn't play night games. So when I got off the school bus, I was watching WGN. I was watching...
Instead of the Turtles.
Yes. Now, if there was not a Cubs game, I watched the Turtles, then Batman animated series.
I watched the Turtles. I just don't...
I do not... I would... If I was to have to guess, I would say no, his mask did not come off.
I was thinking that too, but I might be wrong.
Yeah. Just leave a comment. Smash that subscribe button. Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah. So, size-wise, this thing makes me a nervous wreck. Size-wise, I think it's cool. Now, I will tell you that they've made this, and want to know why they're flat, is because that can go in
Oh, that's neat.
and stick in like he's going to do that. So,
that's neat.
a lot of playability. If you Google images of these, there's really cool images of how they're using that. I mean,
when they first showed them on the Comic-Con, whatever thing they showed, like they were scanning the pictures of him, like they had this guy laying down and like all crazy stuff sticking out of him. It's really neat.
I am a very... Do you know what army building means?
No. Building, having lots of those and having a big group of them.
I like having a lot of these, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if you have dioramas and you kind of display your figures in a manner of action poses, which I used to be a bigger fan of doing than I am now, but, and to be honest, I just had the space back then, I would always, like, you got to have some, like, there's nothing cooler than having Destro, the Baroness, and Cobra Commander, and then 50, which is about what I had, like Cobra Vipers, or 20, 20, 20, 20 of this. To have Shredder and Android Krang with a bunch of foot soldiers
is awesome.
Would be awesome, especially with, like, the rock people who are coming out and all that good stuff. But with NECA, they're kind of going for the display portion of the program, and you want to have nothing better than a samurai sword from Leonardo going through the middle there. That's a cool stance. If you want Michelangelo's nunchucks to go through it because they're spinning, you can do it. So I'm going to have to try my hand of taking some pictures with that, because doing them with just this, you kind of have to add the special effects, which some people are really good at, like adding the pals and the zams and stuff. I could care less about doing that. I like just taking them really in my backyard, putting them together, and taking a picture and seeing if they look good. So, we're still on the hunt.
Yeah, we need
April
and Metalhead.
Metalhead is by himself.
And Leatherface.
Leatherhead.
Yes.
I think it's Leatherhead. Yeah. You had me. I was thinking Leatherneck there for a second. That's G.I. Joe.
And Slash.
Yes. Which Slash is kind of, they tried to make a turtle kind of a thing, and then they go nuts.
We already have Bebop and Rocksteady.
We do. Now, I am hoping that this doesn't become, like, this was a chore to find one. And they're $50. I think they're worth every cent of them. If I wanted to flip that right now on eBay, they're going between $120 to $100, so you're doubling your money. I will say and give a shout out, there's a NECA Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle page that I'm a part of.
On Facebook.
And, I mean, people are doing legit things of like, hey, I found one, it's yours plus shipping. So people are getting up, not being able to find them, selling them for $75. Now, $75 is $25 more, but after the fees and after shipping and everything, the person that's using their gas money and whatnot spending about $1.50.
Yeah.
So if you are looking for them, these things, and if you want cartoon accurate toys, they are awesome. You're going to pay a premium on eBay and stuff like that, but they're starting to just get poured out And I will say one thing that I really like that NECA did. NECA released their release schedule on their social media.
That's good.
When these were said to be released with coronavirus and everything else, they were pushed back a little bit, but it's not like before the turtle 4-packs and stuff. They just released them, never said anything. You just walked into Target and you're like, oh, well, what are these things? These look cool.
Yeah.
And they just happen to be there. So, yes, scalpers are getting them, but scalpers get everything in the world. So the collecting community of whining and moaning, the scalper got it. Well, get out of bed and go find it.
I mean, we got up early this morning and went into Target, and they had just gotten like a box of NECA in, and this was the only NECA turtle of this whatever that was in that whole box. We just got lucky.
Yeah. And they'll be there around the bend. The one thing I can tell you, and I'm an eBay seller. I've been an eBay seller since I was in high school, okay? So, I mean, it's, if I got 2 of these, would I throw one on eBay? Probably. But you know what I've started at? $60. And if you want to buy it for $60, I'm cool with that. If you want to buy it for $230, that's your fault. That ain't my fault that you're willing to buy that. So, but I'll tell you also as an eBay seller, wait. Patience is a virtue.
They'll drop. The prices
You'll
will drop
find
on
them,
eBay.
and then these people that have 6, 7, 8, 9 of them, they're going to be stuck with them, and you might even get them for cheaper. But
fingers crossed.
Thank goodness. So we found them in a store. We're real happy about them. What would you give that on a ranking?
I love these. Are probably my favorite toy series like ever.
That we've ever owned, and we've owned a lot.
Yeah, I think they are the coolest toys that we have ever had. Ever.
I'd almost have to. I think I do agree with you.
I do.
Right now.
Like vintage, new, old, whatever. I think these are the coolest. They look cool. They're
do
made
you
cool.
think? Not to make this video 8 hours long, but do you think that the chase adds to that? Like if we just ordered this today on Amazon and Prime Guy just knocked and handed that to you, would it be just as cool? Or do you think the chase adds to that?
I mean, I think the chase does add to it, but
because this is kind of your first.
Like hunting for something that
the pops, like you've got into the pops and you're chasing the chases and all that good stuff he did. But this is kind of your first toy. Yeah. Like, I mean, I've been doing this for years and years. I mean, since the Phantom Menace days, and me and my buddy Jeff went and we filled a shopping cart with me and him bought them all out. I mean, handfuls of, and just, I mean, we spent
and that's why he has
hundreds and hundreds. Well, I mean, you can buy those for 10 cents on the dollar now.
Right.
I mean, but I think there is something to be said about going and chasing it instead of sitting on our butts watching The Office and buying them on eBay.
But I still think they are the coolest. Like, that does help, but I think, like, when we put them out on the shelf, I think they look so good. I think the details, I love how they have it with, like, the black, you know, to make it look like that pop animation cartoon. I just think they are just the neatest thing we've ever had.
Well, for now, I agree until I get something new. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Thanks for watching. We're not the best toy reviewers in the world, but these are just cool, too cool for us not to share. So hope you enjoy. The hunt continues. Peace out.